while ago I reviewed Capcom's Belt Action on the PS4, but now they've brought out Capcom's Fighting Collection. But is this one any good? Well, I don't fucking know because it's still sealed. Let's have a little look.
Down.
Capcom Fighting Collection.
Right. Jab. Strong. Let me show you something.
In Capcom's last compilation of games, you had a series of beat-em-up arcade titles. In this fighting collection, you get 10 arcade games of the best one-on-one fighters. On the game selection carousel, you can choose which region version of the game you want. There's also other options available at the bottom of the screen, such as training, so you can practice a little to get used to the game. Game settings, which enables you to lower the difficulty of the game, so it's not insanely difficult like the arcade. Attack power, speed selection, how many rounds to play, coin mode to make it more realistic by inserting coins for credits, and even a boot option to show the RAM check before the game loads up. First up is Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition. This is a combination of titles from World Warrior to Super Street Fighter 2. There are 16 characters to choose from, which will include the extra 4 from Super Street Fighter 2. You can choose from Normal, Dash, Turbo, Super or Super X. As expected, this game looks stunning and plays perfectly. There is an in-game option which you can change the button configuration and the display settings. What you see here is a scanline option, which looks terrible on the final edit, and take my word for it, it looks really nice in person. There are other filters you can try out if you don't like the scanline look, as well as a cabinet border. You can also see your character's moveset, which shows every possible move and special moves and how to execute them. Warzard, or Red Earth as we know it, has only 4 playable characters: Tabasa, Leo, Tao and Mororo. Unlike Street Fighter, you don't have the best of 3 rounds, but 1 round and your opponent has the life meter running across the bottom of the screen. Once they are defeated, it's on to the next opponent. Animation here is top tier and looks fantastic, however the difficulty seems a bit high even on a low setting. More likely to be me that's shit at playing these games. I couldn't perform any huge special moves as I was getting pummeled by my opponent. But given enough time with this game and I think it'll be a lot of fun. The opponents look incredible and can really kick ass. Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, has 10 characters to choose from and they are all very unique in their appearance. For anyone who's never played this before, you may recognise a few characters from the Street Fighter Alpha series and Marvel vs. Capcom. The level of detail again here looks like a signature Capcom title, with animations of the characters looking extremely detailed. Especially in Icarus, with as many attacks that show unravelling of bandages. There's plenty of variety in characters here with different movesets. There'll always be the Zangiefs of every fighting game you play, but there's also a favourite too. Night Warriors Darkstalker's Revenge is a sequel to Darkstalkers and has some additional characters added to the roster. I'm not sure what it is with this one, but I'm not that impressed with it. The background art looks spectacular as any other Capcom game does, but the characters themselves don't seem like they're on the same level as the rest of the game. Take Morrigan for example, there's barely any shading to her sprite. On one screen she looks like someone has copied and pasted her into paint and used a fill tool on her hair. Yet in another cutscene the art is on point. It's essentially the same as the first game with some additions and alterations. not a bad game by any means. Vampire Saviour is a third game in the Darkstalker series and it's pretty much the same as the rest, but it does look visually better than the last. With this one you have a number of lives instead of rounds. It's basically the same thing except you don't have to reset when a round is over. When you lose all your health, you lose a life and get back up and continue to fight. It's a good game that takes some getting used to with the live system, as in my case you may stop playing to wait for the next round to start and get hit a few times because you've just realised you're back in the game again. Vampire Saviour 2 is just Vampire Saviour 1, but with minimal extras. A bit like what they did with Street Fighter 2 when they ran out of ideas. Cyberbots is pretty cool and it's basically a spin-off from Armored Warriors, except you are fighting one-on-one instead of it being a side-scrolling beat-em-up. The graphics and sound are really nice and the gameplay is great, although it can take a little while to get used to the movesets. But when you do get some moves in, it becomes a great fighting game. Vampire Hunter 2 is basically the same as the rest. I missed this one out on the recording because I thought I'd already done this one. As it's very similar to all the other Darkstalker series, I have nothing else to say about it. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo is a cross between Columns and Street Fighter where you must take down your opponent by piling up the screen with gems. You need to stack as many of the same colour blocks together to smash them with the same colour orb and send them to your opponent's screen. When their screen or yours fills to the top, it's game over. You can choose from 8 characters: Ryu, Chun-Li, Sakura, Ken, Morrigan, Shenko, Donovan and Felicia. There are 3 types of difficulty. Easy only has 3 opponents to defeat, so this might be a good place to start if you're not familiar with this game. Medium and hard both have 8 stages to get through, and there's some tough competition the further you get. This is a great game for a bit of fun now and then, but it's not something I'd constantly go back to. Some of the music has been lifted from Alpha 2, so not only does it look great, it sounds great too. Super Gem Fighter Minimix isn't another puzzle fighter game, but a Street Fighter style game that involves collecting gems to enable various powers. The game itself looks the same as Puzzle Fighter, with chibi-style characters, and the moves are what you'd expect from each character. There's plenty of moves to throw at your opponents, but I think a physical manual is needed for beginners. Each character has their own story, which is normally to pursue one of the other characters in the game for some reason. It's a good game just like Puzzle Fighter, but can be frustrating collecting gems to power up all the time. But, is this collection any good? Obviously it is. It's another group of CPS games that will always impress, and it's great for the people who missed out on these games in the arcade. The bonus features are just like the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, where you can view artwork from each game, as well as the soundtracks to listen to. There are badges to collect for each game, but these are basically all the trophies you can achieve for the game. A very nice Capcom title once more for all CPS fans. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you want to see more of this product.